Hello everyone, welcome to this WPF tutorial. This will be a comprehensive WPF tutorial and we'll be teaching you everything about WPF right from the basics to all advanced topics like printing in WPF, animations, etc. So let's get started with this basic WPF tutorial. So we'll create a new project, go to file, new, project, click on Visual C Sharp and WPF application, and here we'll name it introduction. Okay. Okay. So this is our project. This is our designer. This is our designer, and this is where you can see the layout and how the application will look. And here you can see the code. It's written in C sharp language. So this is the code window, and then there's the designer window in view designer. Okay. So this is the XAML language. Um, so designing in WPF can be done in two ways. One is the drag and drop, dragging elements, like for example dragging a label, and you drag and drop it, and you can increase the width, height, the position, or you can divide this window into this grid into rows and columns. Okay, so the dividing the grid into rows and columns is better and more handy. So we're going to use that and not the drag and drop, because drag and drop can create problems. So firstly, we're going to change the height and width of this window and make it the size of the screen resolution, that is 768. My width is 1366. Alright, so let's get started. Let's change this title to introduction. Okay, so let's get started. So first we're going to write grid, and remove this grid over there. Okay. So all our code is going to be in this grid. This grid is this white space here, and this entire thing is the window. See, alright, this is the grid. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to divide this grid into rows and into columns. So now you do it. This is how you do it. You write grid dot row definitions, and then you specify the height of each row. Like suppose you want the first row to be of height 60. So, and then you need to write another row. Suppose say 20. So we have a first row of height 60, and let's just zoom this to 100%. Okay. So this is our row of height 60, and here is our row of height 20. We can't see it because there isn't another row to define it. So we'll create a few more rows like these. Okay. So here I've created a few more rows of height 40 and 20 and 40. Create one more row. Okay. Alright. So now let's make some columns. Just write grid dot column definition, and we write column and the width of the column. So suppose the width of the first column is around 200, and then the width of the next column is around 100. So like this we keep on creating column definitions. Okay. So now we've made a few columns. We've added a few columns of width 200, 100, 300. And the last column width here is auto. So what it does, it takes the size of the element in it. Like for example, it'll take the size of the label or the text box or the combo box, etc. So now I'm going to teach you how to add text elements in this WPF form. That is how to add labeled text boxes. So first we'll be adding a label. So you write label. It's a good practice to name everything. To name. Okay, and then we give it a content. Content is whatever we want to be displayed in the label. So suppose we write welcome. Alright. And then if we don't write anything and if we just close it, so it automatically comes in the 0th row and the 0th column. This is the 0th row and this is the 0th column. So this is column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3, and this is row 0, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, and so on. Alright, so now suppose if we want it to come here, so we have to specify its row number and column number. That is row numbers counting from 0, row number 0, 1, 2, and counting from column 0, column 0, column 1. So its position will be row 2 and column 1. So how do we write that? It's pretty simple. Just write grid and write specify grid dot row and the column number. So the the row number. So the row number is 2, and then you write specify the column, that is grid dot column equal to 1. So it's here. Now suppose you want it to span not only in this column but also to this column. You want its length. You want to increase its length. So that is, you increase its column span because it's occupying the columns. So you want it to span up to this. So that is 2 columns, 1 and 2. So we'll just write here simply grid dot column span equal to 2, and there you go. And suppose if you want to increase the height of it, you want it to span to this row. So there's an option called grid dot row span as well, and just increase that. Uh, yeah, that is 2. So the height is increased. Alright. So let's just remove it. Okay. So now I've already added a text box here in grid dot row 2 and column 2. That is this row, the second row, and the second column. Alright, so you can see it's taking the width. I haven't specified the width of the text box, but it's taking the width of the entire column, that is 300. Now in case you want to change it and you want to make the width as suppose 200, so it automatically comes in the center, and you can also align it horizontally. Let me show you. Horizontal alignment left, so the text box will be aligned to the left. You can change it, make it right, center, so it will be aligned in the left. And there's also the option of vertical alignment in case the height is different, like height equal to, let's say, 40. That is already 40. Height equal to 20. So here the vertical alignment is center. Center is the default value. In case you want to make it align to the bottom or top, you can write vertical alignment equal to bottom, top, etc. Right? But here mostly we'll just leave it to the way it was. Okay, so now the basic app is ready. So we're gonna run it and see it. So here, let's just press start. Okay, it's building right now. I'll just start right now. Okay, here it is. Okay, so here, this is it. This is our label which said welcome, and this is a text box. You can basically type anything inside it or anything, blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, so this was our basic tutorial. One more thing that I forgot to tell you all is that, okay, so when the form loaded, when the WPF window loaded, it wasn't in a maximized state. So to make it in a maximized state, you just have to simply here in the title, in the window property, write window state equal to maximized. So when you run it, it'll directly open in a maximized state. Like, let's just run it. See, it just opened in a maximized state. Alright, so that's it for today, for this video. From the next video onwards, we're going to build a proper application, a student record database, in which I'm going to teach you all the functions, saving, updating everything on a database, and printing, etc. So keep watching. Thanks for watching this tutorial.